the Great Schism of 1054. Imagine you have two best friends who have been close for hundreds of years. At first, they agree on almost everything, but as time goes by, they begin speaking different languages, living in different places, and arguing over who should be in charge. Small disagreements build up until, one day, they have a huge falling out. That is a simple way to understand the Great Schism of 1054, the event that divided Christianity into the Roman Catholic Church in the West and the Eastern Orthodox Church in the East. Let's begin. One church. After Jesus Christ rose from the dead, his apostles spread Christianity throughout the Roman Empire. Churches were founded in cities such as Rome, Constantinople, Antioch, Alexandria, and Jerusalem. For many centuries, Christians belonged to one church. They shared the same faith, celebrated the same sacraments, and believed they were united as one Christian family. However, they were spread across a huge empire. The Roman Empire changes. In the year 330 AD, Emperor Constantine moved the capital of the Roman Empire from Rome to a new city called Constantinople, which is modern-day Istanbul in Turkey. Now there were two important centers, Rome in the west, Constantinople in the east. Over time, these two halves became very different. The people in the west mostly spoke Latin. The people in the east mostly spoke Greek. Because they spoke different languages, communication became harder. They also developed different customs and traditions. The Western Roman Empire falls. In 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire collapsed after invasions by Germanic tribes. Rome became much weaker politically. The Eastern Roman Empire, also called the Byzantine Empire, survived for nearly another 1,000 years. Since the emperor still ruled in Constantinople, the Eastern Church often worked closely with him. Meanwhile, in the West, the Bishop of Rome, known as the Pope, became more important because there was no strong emperor left. This difference slowly changed how each side viewed leadership. The first big disagreement. One of the biggest disagreements was about the Pope. The Western Church believed that the Pope was the supreme leader of the entire Christian Church because he was the successor of Saint Peter. The Eastern Church respected the Pope as an important bishop, but believed that all bishops should work together. They believed no bishop should have complete authority over the whole Church. This disagreement lasted for centuries. Other differences. There were also several smaller disagreements. Language. The West used Latin. The East used Greek. Because they spoke different languages, misunderstandings became common. Bread in communion. The Western Church used unleavened bread, which has no yeast. The Eastern Church used leavened bread, which rises with yeast. Neither side believed bread alone was enough to divide the Church, but it became another point of disagreement. Priests. In the Western Church, priests normally remained unmarried. In the Eastern Church, married men could become priests, although bishops were chosen from monks. Again, this was another difference in tradition, the filioque controversy. Perhaps the biggest theological disagreement involved one small Latin word. Filioque, it means, and the Son. Originally, the Nicene Creed said that the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father. Later, many churches in the West added the words, and the Son. So it became, the Holy Spirit proceeds from the Father and the Son. The Eastern Church objected for two reasons. First, they believed the wording of the Creed should never be changed without an ecumenical council involving the whole Church. Second, they believed this wording changed how Christians understood the Holy Trinity. This disagreement became one of the most important issues leading to the schism.
Rising tensions. By the thousands, relations between East and West had become very strained. Both sides believed they were defending the true Christian faith. Political disagreements made everything worse. The Byzantine Empire and the Western kingdoms often competed for influence. Instead of solving problems peacefully, distrust continued to grow. The year 1054. Everything finally came to a head in 1054. Pope Leo IX sent several representatives called legates to Constantinople. Their leader was Cardinal Humbert. They met with the Patriarch of Constantinople, Michael Carolarius. Instead of reaching an agreement, the discussions became angry. On July 16, 1054, Cardinal Humbert entered the Hagia Sophia during worship and placed a document on the altar. This document declared that Patriarch Michael Carolarius was excommunicated. Excommunication means someone is officially cut off from the communion of the Church. Soon afterward, Patriarch Michael held a council and excommunicated the Pope's representatives in return. Although they technically excommunicated each other rather than the entire churches, this moment became the symbolic beginning of the Great Schism. Was it instant? Not exactly. Many Christians did not immediately realize that the church had permanently split. Some hoped the disagreement would eventually be healed, but instead the division grew deeper over the following centuries. The Fourth Crusade. In 1204, something happened that made healing much more difficult. During the Fourth Crusade, Western Crusaders attacked and looted Constantinople instead of fighting Muslims in the Holy Land. Churches were damaged, treasures were stolen, many innocent people were harmed. For Eastern Christians, this was heartbreaking. Even today, many historians believe this event made reunion much less likely. What happened next? After the schism, Christianity continued as two major branches. The Roman Catholic Church, led by the Pope in Rome. Today it has over 1 billion members around the world. The Eastern Orthodox Church, made up of many self-governing churches such as the Greek Orthodox, Russian Orthodox, Serbian Orthodox, Romanian Orthodox, Antiochian Orthodox, and others. These churches remain united in faith while each has its own patriarch or archbishop. Are they completely different? No. Roman Catholics and Eastern Orthodox Christians still share many beliefs. Both believe in one God in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ as the Son of God, the Bible, baptism, the Eucharist, Holy Communion, the importance of prayer, the resurrection of Jesus, the second coming of Christ. The main differences involve church authority, certain theological teachings, and some traditions and practices.